This new AI model came out of nowhere, and it's already breaking the rules. It's twice as fast, smarter than most of its siblings, and wasn't even trained. Seriously. No long GPU runs, no new data, just a wild technique called assembly of experts that fuses the best parts of multiple models into one killer brain. The result? DeepSeek R1 T2 Chimera. Fast, compact, insanely efficient, and it might just be the future of AI. Here's how they pulled it off. So you're looking at a language model that combines three earlier powerhouses: R10528, the original R1, and V30324, into one brain that thinks faster, writes tighter, and still keeps the smarts that made R1 famous. The trick that makes it possible is called Assembly of Experts, or AOE. So let's start there. Most of us know the normal drill for improving a large language model. You collect fresh data, spin up a training run that burns through cloud GPU units for weeks, and hope the new version doesn't overfit or hallucinate. AOE skips that grind entirely. Each parent model has thousands of matching weight tensors. Think of those tensors as microscopic knobs that control how the model fires. Instead of retraining, the engineers open the safe Lenser files in PyTorch, pick only the tensors that matter, and literally average or interpolate the numbers. But they set a weight for each parent, technically lambda1 for V30324, lambda2 for R1, lambda3 for R10528, then merge. Because you're just crunching raw numbers, the job scales in simple linear time. Double the parameters, double the math, still affordable. No gradients, no back propagation passes, just straight tensor algebra that any decent workstation can finish while you grab coffee. Think of it like a giant brain with 671 billion settings, but instead of using all of them at once, it only activates around 37 billion for each word. A built-in router decides which 8 out of 256 expert mini-brains should handle each word, depending on what's needed. This setup makes the model way more efficient, about 18 times cheaper to run than one that uses everything all the time. And since all the DeepSeek models share this same setup, the AOE method can mix and match pieces between them like puzzle parts that always fit together. Now, why does R1 T2 feel different? The first headline is speed. On benchmark runs, the Chimera produces answers roughly twice as fast as R10528 and more than 20% faster than the baseline R1. Those gains come from two places. First, the routed experts from R1 keep the deep reasoning routines intact. Second, the shared and attention layers mostly come from V30324, which was tuned to write concise answers. Put them together, and you get a model that thinks like R1 but talks like V3, so every response burns fewer tokens. Shorter output means less GPU time per answer, and smaller bills for anyone running the model at scale. But speed is only half the story. People worry that shortcut merges might mangle quality, so the TNG team hammered R1 T2 with every standard exam they could find. On MT Bench, it scores right near R10528. On GPQA Diamond, which stresses deep factual recall, it lands between the parents. On AIME 2024 and AIME 2025 Math, challenges it hangs neck and neck with R1, sometimes edging ahead, all while shaving off big chunks of text. Big Code Bench shows it can still write clean code blocks and follow structured instructions, thanks to V30324's influence. And because AOE leaves the experts intact, the chain of thought reasoning stays readable. You still see every calculation, just without the rambling commentary. Here's where things got unexpectedly interesting. When the engineers slowly increased how much of R1 they included in the mix, specifically past the 50% mark, the model suddenly began wrapping its answers in less than, think greater than, and less than, / think greater than, tags, just like R1 was trained to do during its reinforcement learning phase. Below that point, the tags didn't show up at all, go just a little over, and suddenly they appeared in nearly every answer. And the same thing happened with token count. A tiny bump in R1's weight made the responses noticeably longer, and pulling it back made them shrink again. That kind of sharp shift shows that specific behaviors are tucked into very precise corners of this massive 671 billion parameter space. And AOE lets you hit those corners cleanly without breaking anything. That led the team to try a new approach. Instead of merging everything, they focused only on R1's routed expert layers and left all the attention, blocks, shared layers, and routing systems from v3.0324 exactly as they were. In that setup, the model kept R1's smart reasoning but stayed fast and efficient. The lesson was clear. R1's deep thinking lives in those expert layers, while v3's structure is more than enough to manage them. So TNG went all in. They used R1's expert tensors at full strength, left the rest entirely v3.0324, and released that version as DeepSeek R1 T Chimera. They shared it under the MIT license, uploaded it to Hugging Face, and by late May, it was already handling 5 billion tokens a day through their Shoots serverless platform, which shows it's not just an experiment, it actually works at scale. Community feedback came fast. Over on Reddit's local llama forum, early adopters called it the first Chimera model that feels like a bona fide upgrade rather than a curiosity. Users praised the snappy responses and more grounded tone, reporting fewer hallucinations than with plain R1 or v3. Math-heavy workflows in particular benefited because the model's chain of thought stayed clean yet skipped redundant steps, trimming compute costs without hiding the logic. For those wondering about hardware, the team validated on two very different clusters. 8 NVIDIA H100 94GB NVL cards on one side, and 8 AMD MI325X 256GB boards on the other. They hosted multiple variants in VLLM and ran identical prompt queues. R1T2 beat its parents for latency by a wide margin on both stacks, proving the merge doesn't depend on any special CUDA magic. If your business pays by millisecond of inference, that latency drop translates to direct saving. Environmental impact is another hidden bonus. Sparse activation already cuts power, but dumping 40% of the tokens means 40% fewer memory transfers, which is where a lot of GPU energy goes. Multiply that by 5 billion tokens a day and the carbon savings add up. Not a headline-grabbing number on its own, but a meaningful dent over time when every major LLM service is fighting to keep energy use in check. Let's hit the details of AOE itself, because you'll probably want to try it. The system compares each pair of layers, or tensors, from the parent models using something called normalized Frobenius distance. That's just a fancy way of measuring how different two layers are, scaled to their size. If that difference is small, below a threshold they call delta, you can skip merging that layer because it's basically the same in both models. Set delta to 1.5 and you'll merge nearly all the routed expert layers, plus any attention layers that really stand out. Bump it to 2.5, and most of the shared layers stick with the v3 base, which leads to even tighter, cleaner answers. But if you push past 3, the model finally starts to lose intelligence, meaning you've cut too much of R1's brain out. The point isn't to memorize the exact numbers here, it's to understand that you can fine-tune what you keep or skip and land on a blend that works best instead of blindly averaging two entire networks. And then there's this idea of the parameter valley. When they charted out the results across different blends, the graph didn't look like sharp mountains and cliffs. It looked like a smooth hill. That means almost every combination between the parents gives you a usable model. So rather than navigating some dangerous mess of broken fusions, you're in a wide open space of solid working hybrids. And AOE is the tool that helps you explore it. And it doesn't stop at DeepSeek. Any group of models that follow the same layout, like Gemini, Qwen, or maybe even future OpenAI MOE models, could be sliced, blended, and reassembled the same way. You don't have to sit around waiting for a perfect fine-tune to be released. Grab 2 or 3 open models with different strengths, pull out the expert layers you want, vision from one, math from another, maybe code from a third, and stack them together. The only thing you need is enough drive space for the safe tensor files and the time to let PyTorch do its job. For developers building real products, this isn't just a research toy, it's a money saver. If your chatbot needs to show its work for legal, medical, or financial reasons, then full reasoning traces are a must. R1T2 gives you that clarity, but with fewer tokens per answer, which cuts your cost every time someone asks a question, and if your product has to respond in real time, like an assistant running in a browser, the speed boost Being twice as fast as R10528 could make the difference between lag and smooth replies. Plus, the MIT license means no legal drama. You can plug it right into your backend tomorrow and go live. Training costs are another big deal. Pre-training a model like this at 8-bit precision burns through somewhere between 10 trillion and 1,000 trillion floating point operations per weight. Throwing all that away just to train a new one from scratch is nuts. AWE gives you a way to reuse those massive investments, mix in new traits, and keep improving without ever touching gradient descent. It's faster, cheaper, and easier on the planet. There's one last little twist worth sharing. During benchmarks, the team forced each model to start its response with a less than think greater than tag, just to see if the full reasoning trace would show up. V30324 barely ever followed through. R1, on the other hand, always responded with a proper closing less than / think greater than. But here's the cool part. In the merged models, right when R1's contribution hit exactly 0.544, they saw a sharp shift from almost never producing those tags to almost always doing it. That near-perfect flip is a textbook example of an emergent trait, some deeply embedded behavior that only turns on when you cross a very specific line in the weight mix. If you're a researcher trying to understand how these models think, that's pure gold. All right, now you're caught up. If you've got questions, ideas, or wild merge convos you want to test, drop them in the comments. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll catch you in the next one.